First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to all those sincere elders and apostles, and salutation to all those sincere brothers out there pushing the truth, and those sincere sisters who are listening, learning. This lesson is entitled, Work Sucks, but it's 100% necessary, okay? Work sucks. And when I mean work, I mean the thing that takes us away from doing the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. When I speak of work, I mean when we have to wake up and go drive 30, 40 minutes, an hour, or however long we have to drive to get to that work. That work, that job that keeps us away from our Abba Father. Okay? That job that does not consider Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai law, statutes, and commandments. We must go to that job and work. All right? That sucks, man. Because we're going to a ungodly place. We're going to a Sodom and Gomorrah-ish place. My last job I was working at was giving out free LGBTQ merchandise, okay? This is the condition that we are in. And when we have to go to those places, it takes away from our time of doing Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai will. Okay? But it's 100% necessary. And when I break this down, I hope to remove some of the guilt, that us brothers have when we have to go to these jobs, okay? Scripture says we are yet this day in our captivity. Wicked jobs, wicked rulers, wicked bosses. Now, some of us have cool bosses, cool jobs, whatever, but it's all ungodly. And that in itself, that's an abomination, man. Who wants to wake up every day and go to Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? When Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation, right? So I'm going to just break this down on how, even though it sucks, it's necessary, and we can also take advantage of work, okay? This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. It says, And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat of the herb of the field. Okay, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai and created work for us, for men. Scripture says he said he made us as himself. He made us in his image. We are workers, we are creators, we are thinkers, okay? We were meant to be fruitful and multiply. Well, to be fruitful and multiply, it requires work, time, energy, effort, sweat, okay? The more people you have, the more you got to build, the more you got to supply. Water, food, shelter, all these things require work. Education, all right? Teaching children law, statutes, commandments, right? It requires work to gather the congregation, to assemble for the high holy days. All that is work, time, energy, effort. It's planned. So work. Hey, we're supposed to work, okay? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is working, on us, judging the wicked, okay, and delivering the righteous each and every single day, okay? Now, sometimes work keeps us away from our Abba Father, and it sucks. Maybe you might have to stay a little bit longer. Maybe just everything in your day went wrong, and even when you got home, you still wasn't able to attend to doing what you intended to do for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, doing a lesson, an epistle, or anything, reading, studying, all those things. This lesson is intended to show, hey, don't burden yourself, don't worry, don't overstress your mind, okay? If the Lord intended for you to go through this whole day, okay, and at the end of the day, you just tapping out. Scripture says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And you just tapping out. You say, man, I'm just going to sleep, man. Okay? Don't overthink it and don't condemn yourself, okay? Because there's one key thing, okay? One key thing that person should do in these situations, all right? And I'm gonna break that down, okay? You went through work, okay? Everything, led to you not being able to do what you wanted to do, okay? You got home, maybe wife is tripping, maybe something came up, maybe your car issues, maybe health issues, maybe you got sick, okay? Whatever hinders you besides even ultimately work, okay? I'm going to explain to you how, don't over guilt yourself, okay? This is Genesis chapter 39, verse 5. It says, "And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that Yahweh blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of Yahweh was upon all that he had in the house and in the field." Now, this is referring to Joseph, who is an Israelite, okay? Joseph was sold into slavery, sold into captivity. Joseph was sent to a quote unquote a heathenistic country, or should I say a kingdom, all right? So he went from being with his forefathers, being able to celebrate the high holy days, being able to, avoid abominations, swine flesh, to being able to avoid heathenistic customs, being able to, serve his power. He was able to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua in his land because that was the God of his Israel, okay? But he was taken from that and put into captivity. All right. Now check this out. Now that he's in captivity, okay, in Egypt, all right, he can't do all the things that he wanted to do for Yahweh Shem Yahushua that he used to be able to do, because now he has restrictions on his time, his energy, and his effort. All right. He wants to do XYZ, but whatever his master says, he has to clock in 9 to 5, 10 to whatever, right? Just like we clock in, man. And from that point that we clocking in, we have to do what the master says, man. If we don't work, we don't eat. If we don't work, we can't provide for our families, man. And in most cases, the people who rule over us are wicked. Okay? And Joseph dealt with the same situation that we are currently living in now. But how did he deal with the situation? Okay? How did he overcome the situation? All right? From what I understand, Joseph did not condemn himself for missing the high holy days. Okay? For maybe being forced to work on the Sabbath. Okay? For maybe not being able to pray as much as he wanted because he was a slave. He had to do what his master told him. But how did he deal with it in the spirit? You see? This is the main key that I want to focus on, because sometimes we go through hell through a whole day, but we have plans to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and everything go wrong. Satan seeks to sift us, man. He goes around as a prowling lion, trying to throw us off from doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai on a daily basis, man. And once again, I said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right. Now, how do we overcome this situation? Number one, we must understand that work is not an evil thing. It is attended by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. On top of that, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai put us in slavery, just as he did with Joseph. Okay. He put us in slavery to refine us, to sharpen us, to make us stronger, man. Joseph became a man in that captivity and slavery, man. He rose up above in the ranks, all right? He said, I'm going to serve my Abba Father no matter what my condition is, man. I might not be able to serve him as much as I want to, but when I can, okay, when I have that energy and that effort, I'm going to serve my power. I might not be able to do all the high holy days and follow all the customs, but guess what? I'm going to walk by faith. I'm going to have a clear conscience towards my power. When my Abba Father looks into my heart, he's going to see that, hey, my heart is for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Even though I'm in this captivity, even though I can't do everything I want to do, even though this flesh is weak, my heart is for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? That's how Joseph overcame the situation. All right? Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24. It says, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be tribute. Joseph didn't go into this captivity and say, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. Woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. Joseph said, you know what? This is the condition that I am in. This is the condition that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has put me in. And guess what? I'm still going to serve my power as much as I can in the spirit. I might not be able to do every single thing physically that I want, but in my heart and in my spirit, that's where it begins and that's where it starts. And then my works will follow. That's the approach. So he wasn't slothful in his captivity. Because the Lord said we're going to till this land, man. We're going to be fruitful and multiply. Well, guess what? When we and our forefathers broke the covenant, when we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, when we broke that covenant, us who are Israelites, okay, guess what the Lord said? You're going into captivity. You're going to serve those who are your oppressors, who are your enemies. And you're going to be in the want of all things. Well, guess what? That's our condition right now in work. That's our condition when we go to work all day, 8 hours, 10 hours, or how many hours we work. Then we got to come home and deal with little worldly things, bills and all these things, and all the nuisances that come with life. Those things aren't evil. Those things are the sword of the Lord. Those things refine us. Those things are showing us what it truly looks like to be separated from our Abba Father. When Joseph was in that captivity, I'm pretty sure when he seen the difference between living in an Israelite city, town, compared to living in a heathenistic town, it was night and day. I'm 100% sure he grieved and missed his homeland, man. He missed his father, man. He missed the high holidays and celebrating with everybody, man. That's what we want. That's what we desire, to store up our treasures in earth as it is in heaven. We desire to rule with Yahushua. We desire to, have a feast and drink wine with Yahushua. But right now we can't, man. Right now we can't. But we have to have a good conscience and say, you know what, Abba Father, not my will, but thy will be done. This is how we overcome the situation that we're in when we want to do the work. We want to do XYZ, but life just jumps in, man. As long as, okay, key point, all right, as long as we keep the faith, as long as we keep our temples unspotted from that long shift to getting home, as long as we haven't given our mind over to our lust and carnal desires, as long as we're fighting the good fight between point A and point B until our heads in our pillows, that's what the Lord is looking for, man. He's looking for a soldier. You're not going to win every battle, okay? But what is your mindset like, okay? You might not have been able to do that lesson, okay? You might not have been able to read that time. The flesh weak, it put you to sleep. Just as the disciples, when Yahushua said, hey, stay up, man. Why are you sleeping, man? Stay up, watch, okay? Watch. Have my back. But those disciples went to sleep, man. We are in the flesh. Those things are going to happen, man. There are going to be times when we're going to drop the ball, man. But guess what? Those disciples never left Yahushua's side. They might have fell asleep, okay, but they didn't give their minds over to reprobateness. They didn't use their temples to serve their fleshly desires, man. And that's the whole key point of this lesson. When you go to work and when you get off, okay, you're tired, you got beat up, stressful, everything went wrong, whatever, man. The flesh is weak. And you wanted to do XYZ, but you didn't do it. Don't condemn yourself. As long as you stood chiefly for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua through that whole day, when Satan was attacking you, when your flesh was plaguing you, when the sickness was plaguing you, as long as you kept that faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, and you go to sleep, he said that man did not tap out, man. That man went the whole day with Satan demons trying to jump on him. That man went the whole day praying to me. That man went the whole day wanted to do the work, but every X, Y, and Z kept popping up. That's what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is looking for, man. That's what he's looking for, man. Work is meant to sharpen us. Working for our oppressors is meant to sharpen us, meant to show us what it looks like to be ruled over by heathens. Showing us what it looks like to be away from our Abba Father, man. This is the consequences of sin, of breaking those laws, statutes, and commandments. So we have to work, man. It sucks, but this is the condition that we're in, all right? This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. It says, become he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. So guess what? We have to work, right? We're in the captivity, right? But let's look at our forefathers, man. David, okay? Joseph, all right? Two great examples of men who they labored, man. All right? They labored. And when I said they labored, they had great substance, man. Great substance. They had to have captains and captains and captains. Somebody watching the sheep, some watching the woman, some people guarding the people, some people dealing with educating the children, law, statutes, commandments. He was head over all of that, man. You have to be diligent in your work. He was diligent. He was very diligent, man. Joseph was very diligent, even though he was in captivity, man. Just because, okay, we in captivity doesn't mean we have to woe is me and not strive to do anything, okay? Look at Ezra, okay? It should be Ezra. He was in captivity, man. You know, one of the quote unquote, royal workers for the king, all right? And he didn't get there by not doing nothing, man. He was diligent, okay? He put in effort. He showed that he deserved to be in a certain position. He didn't just get into a position and do the bare minimum. No. And during that whole time, as he got close to the king, he gained the king favor. He gained the king favor, okay? He gained the king favor in order to get a request to help his brethren out who are Israelites. So just because we're in this captivity and we have to work doesn't mean we can't make an opportunity out of it, okay? It does not mean it does not mean we can't make an opportunity out of it, man. Not to have gainly things on this earth, but hey, you know, if you're in power, the people gonna rejoice, man. If you get a higher position, the people will rejoice because now you're ruling over them righteously, man. You know, you can pray to the Abba Father and say, hey, the king's heart is in your hands, Abba Father. Turn his heart that he make a decree that we may be able to go back and rebuild the temple. Okay? That happened, man. So work isn't all evil, man. It's a refining process to show us what sin looks like when we go off from our Abba Father and how to get back to him. Hey, I shall bear the indignation of the Lord and I shall wait until he plead my cause. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 25. It says, let me finish that. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent man maketh rich. He that gathereth in the summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. Hey, man, when Egypt was about to have a famine, okay, when Egypt was about to have a famine, what did they do? They prepared, man. They were very diligent, man. You know, I'm pretty sure that Joseph, you know, he would have rather been with his Abba Father and his brethren, man. But now he has to do all these things for the king. XYZ, store up this, store up that, store up that. He would drop that in a dime, just like Moses, man. Gave up the whole damn kingdom just to be with his people. All right? But this was the condition that Joseph was in, man. And he had to deal with worldly things, man. And he didn't go around with the moping spirit. He said, this is the condition I am. I'm going to make the best of it, man. I'm going to serve my power. If Yahweh Shemi shall be for me, who can be against me, man? And he gained favor over kings, over princes, over guards. You see? And the Lord will exalt him above his enemies. That's how it works, okay? This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 25. The desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor. We can't refuse these curses, man, that we got to work to eat. We can't refuse these curses that we have to work for our enemies. This is the Lord's doing, okay? This is the Lord's doing. He got Esau, Edom chiefly, the so-called white man ruling over us, all right? And we got to work for our oppressors. We got to work for our enemies. But as I said, we're being refined. Like, damn, you know, I got to do this, I got to do this. Why? They're the wicked, but they're in charge and they get to do whatever they want. They make all the money and blah, 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 you know? Yes, that's true. Okay? But don't look at it that way. Look at it as in, man, this is what it looked like to go off. This is what it looked like to start sinning. This is what it looks like to forsake Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This is our punishment. This is the consequences. Because ultimately, hey, it's the Lord's doing. Okay? Let this condition be our motivator to stop sinning. Let the condition be our motivator to walk in the Spirit the whole damn day, from morning to evening, through all the hell we go through. All right? To resist the devil so that he flees. All right? At the end of the day, if you don't turn yourself over to Satan, if you don't give in to his carnal desires, if you miss a lesson, that's not the end of the world, okay? It's not the end of the world, all right? Because you went through a hellish battle, man. A hellish battle, okay? Don't be hard on yourself. Now, if you don't resist the devil and you go through that day and you start going off in the mind, entertaining evil and wicked thoughts, you say, you know what? I'm going to become slothful. You know what? I'm just going to go home. I got energy left. I can do it. I got energy enough. I got time, and say I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to eat a bag of chips and drink soda. All right? And in that situation, you should be afraid, man, because you're not taking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua seriously. If he put the words in you and the spirit on you to do the will and do the work, use the best to do it if you got that energy. Now, if you don't have it and you're battled and you resisted the whole damn day, okay, then you're good. Okay, then you're good. But if you give yourself over to Satan, all right, and you say, "Woe is me, spirit," and you give up, that's when you got a problem, man. That's when the problem. It's okay to be sick. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to be wore out. Scripture says they're going to seek to wear out the saints. All right. All right. This is Job chapter 30, verse 5. It says, "They were driven from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in cities of the valley, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks," referring to Edomites. This is from the Caucasus Mountains, okay? It says, "Among caves of the earth and in the rocks, among the bushes they brayed, under the needles they were gathered together. They were children of fools." The fool says in their heart that there is no God. "Yea, children of base men, the lowest of the lowest. They were viler than the earth. And now I am their son, yea, I am their byword." Hey, we work for base men, okay? We are their byword. They write our checks, okay? We are their servants. We are their slaves, just as Joseph. That's the condition, man. This is a beautiful condition, because without this condition, how will we be refined? The Lord chastised those who he loved. If not, then ye are bastards, you see? This is a condition of work, man. Some brothers got jobs they like. Some brothers got jobs they don't like. But ultimately, every brother should be like, man, you know what? I want to be, surrounded by and working with all believers in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because that's righteous. That's holy. Anything else is contrary, because now you're going, once again, you're going into a wicked place, man. A quote-unquote Sodom and Gomorrah-like-ish work or job or whatever, okay? This is James chapter 2, verse 23. "And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of Yahweh." Okay? He believed, man. Joseph believed. Even though he wasn't able to do all the law, statutes, and commandments and do all the feast holidays and all these things, he believed. And he walked by faith and not by sight. Okay? And it says, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. This is what I'm talking about, man. If you go through that whole day, you're fighting and you fail and you miss a day, the flesh was just weak and you tapped out, but you kept the faith. You didn't give yourself over to Satan. You fled from evil. That's a win, man. Okay? That's a win, man. Now, if you was able to do the work too, that's still beautiful. That's a win. That's a double win, okay? But the key is not to condemn ourselves when we come short of being able to put in the thing that we wanted to, because of all these battles and worldly things, man. Okay? All right. It says, where was I? It says, "See ye then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. So not by faith only. So what with Joseph's limited amount of time that he did have, okay, he worked with that, man. He worked with that. And all that full extra time that he wished he could have used for Yahweh Shem Shai, he just walked in faith. He walked in spirit. That's what we're supposed to do, man. That's what we're supposed to do. It's that simple, man. Keeping our bodies unspotted, man. Because we all, man, if we were self-sufficient as Israelites, we would enjoy it. We would enjoy life, okay? Kingdom of Yahweh Shem shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know, work wouldn't be a damn nuisance, okay? It wouldn't be an abomination, man. You know, I mean, work on this side, man. In most cases, when you're dealing with the people too, man, you know, Scripture says, if ye are not for me, you're against me. And that's what it is, man. When we go to work and we're dealing with people, we're dealing with our enemies, okay? But once again, it's meant to sharpen us and teach us, give us an example. All right. This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 11. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promise. Joseph was not slothful. Moses was not slothful, man. They showed diligence with what little time they had. You see? They couldn't do as much as they did because they was in slavery and captivity, okay? You know, Joseph, you know, he became basically a fugitive, okay? But with the little time that they did have, they served Yahweh Shem Shai, man. They served Yahweh Shem Shai, mainly, of course, Joseph, man. It says the full assurance of the hope to the end, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promise. Through faith and patience, man. That's what we have to have, man. Because right now, our oppressors rule over us. They're trying to wear us out, okay? Trying to bog us down through the food, sorcery, witchcraft, TV, all these things, man. But walk in faith, man. You know? Man, walk in faith, man. Keep your temple unspotted, man. Flee from evil. All right? That's what Yahweh Shem Shai is looking for. I will not put no vain thing before me, man. That's what the Lord is looking for. Yes, he like our works, man. Yes, he love our works, man. But what are we doing the rest of that work time period, man? Yeah, you did a lesson, you did a epistle, you read, but what are you doing for those 8 hours? You got to go to work. You got to deal with stuff, pay bills, family, all these things. During that time, you got to walk in the spirit, man. If you're not walking in the spirit during that time, okay, you failed. That's an L. That's a straight L. At the end of the day, even if you did the work, okay, it's still good to do the work. I'm not trying to discourage any brother, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this. You got to do both. You got to walk in the spirit and you got to do the work. If you wore out and you can't finish the work when you wanted to do it, as long as you're walking in the spirit, hey, man, you won. That's a dub. You see what I'm saying? That's a dub, okay? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 15. Hate not laborer's work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained. So back to it all. Coming back full circle. The Lord ordained us to work. Now he ordained us to be in this captivity, to work for our oppressors, so that he can show us, hey, you went off, okay? But now, hey, seek me back 10 times more. The number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that the wrath will not tarry long. So even though we got to deal with the wicked when we go to work and go through our daily task, we're not supposed to be like them. We're supposed to be contrary. We're not supposed to number ourselves with them in the mind, okay? Can two walk together unless they be agreed? No, okay? Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 18. As of the green leaf on a thick tree, some fall and some grow. So is the generation of flesh and blood. One cometh to an end, and another is born. So we're all just like a tree, man. You grow up, you fall off the tree, you're dead. Another tree, another baby growing, a green leaf, they fall out, and you're dead. That's life. We're here 1 minute, and we're all dead, right? It says, every work rotteneth and consumeth away. Every work rotteneth and consumeth away. So no matter how much work Joseph did, for his taskmaster to get him wealth and riches, all those wealth and riches are rotting away, man. The only thing that's standing left is Joseph's righteous works, his faith, man. That's what's left, you see? So even though we're working here, it's okay to work and be diligent, okay? But at the end of the day, whatever you do with all your might and with all your soul, do it for the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And that's what Joseph did, man. It says, blessed is the man that does meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. And that's what Joseph did during his whole captivity, man. He reasoned within himself, dealing with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He knew Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai had him in captivity and slavery. And he dealt with it by saying, not my will, Father, but thy will be done. He didn't mope, he didn't pout, he didn't say I'm going to do the bare minimum in his captivity. No, he took that opportunity to say, hey, this is my punishment. Hey, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it with all my might. Okay? Now, some brother got jobs that they hate, that they don't like, this XYZ, okay? Pray to the Lord, okay? Take a chance, take a risk, do something different, man. You see what I'm saying? This isn't our rest, okay? No matter where you go, you're going to deal with, you're going to deal with people who are contrary to, in most cases, you're going to deal with people who are contrary with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, okay? Walk by faith and not by sight, man. You see? Ain't nothing wrong with working, man. Okay? This is Slack, let me see what this man. Come. It says, he that considereth her way in his heart shall have understanding in secret. So, hey, meditate on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai through your day. Resist the devil, he shall flee. Okay? And if it's the 12th round, 12th round, and you ain't give over yourself to Satan, all right, you win, man. You won, okay. And if you weren't able to complete, whatever, you still won. This is the main point, man. That's to me, that's the most important battle, man. It's that 10-hour stretch before you get to doing the work, man. Okay, that's where your mostly meat is, man. That's that refining process. Now, being able to do the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that's the icing on the cake. That's the reward. Okay, that's something that we desire to do. We don't desire to do the work of our enemies and our oppressors. Okay, so get through the work and faith, and hope, and don't give yourself over. And if you do got the strength, do the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 38, verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise. Joseph had a lot of business, man. You see? But even though he was forced to do all that work, he still in his spirit put Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai first. And when the Lord looked into his heart, the Lord seen that he loved him, man. The Lord seen that Joseph had his spirit was after him, man. Even though Joseph had to do all this work, because he was faithful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the Lord still imputed righteousness and wisdom on Joseph, man. And that's what the Lord is doing with us. Even though we got to labor way more and way more time than we have to do for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the Lord still imputed wisdom, knowledge, and understanding upon us because he sees our heart, you see, so that we still can bear fruit, that we still can do lessons, okay? But those who are working and working for mammon, okay, and not for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that's all rotten. It's gonna rot away, okay? It says, how can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow and that glorieth in the God the gold, I'll say gold, that driveth ox and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks. You see? So when I say work, we work because we understand that this is our captivity. Okay? I'm not saying work to be, to be something, to be, the greatest person in the job. What I'm saying is be diligent. Pray that Yahweh Shem Shai turn the king's heart, your boss's heart, or whatever. Okay? All right? To stop being wicked towards you, to change some rules, to lighten up the weight of the load, to elevate you so now that you're not so, matter of fact, that you have more time to do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. But don't just focus on standing at one condition and not praying to Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? It's an easy thing, okay, for the Lord to make a poor man rich. That's in scripture, man. Joseph went from being a slave, okay, to becoming the second command in his master's house, man. Okay, but you gotta have a positive mind and attitude that this is the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know what? I'm not gonna do the bare minimum. All right, I'm gonna walk in faith and my integrity. I'm gonna seek the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai first. Then the Lord is gonna exalt you, man. I'm not saying going above and beyond and doing X, Y, Z. What I'm saying is this: if you walk according to Yahweh Shem Shai, laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your abilities, but first and foremost by faith, okay. And when you go on your job, you do your job and you don't do it slack, okay, because they are not a terror to good works. They have power over us, okay. The Lord wants us to work for them, okay, and you do what you're supposed to do. Then you will find favor in the sight of the king and the sight of your bosses or whatever, and they may lighten that load on you, man. That you may be able to do, have more time to do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's scriptural, okay. All right, this is Romans chapter 8, verse 15. It says, "For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself bear witness that with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Shem Shai." And this is what's going on, man. Our spirit bear witness that we are the children of Yahweh Shem Shai. Just like Moses, just like Joseph, all right? Even though we can't serve him as much as we want, our spirit still bear witness that we are the children of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is why we shouldn't, guilt trip ourselves, but fight the good fight, man. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17. "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh." So no matter what condition and how much we've got to be servants right now, man. Okay? No matter how much, we are innocent in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Our spirit bear witness that we are those children, man. We are fighting the good fight, all right? Even though we labor and sweat on this side for the majority of the time, our spirit, our mind, our body, our soul is serving Yahweh Shem Shai, okay? And that's what's most important, man. We work for Esau Edom way more time. Some brothers, not all. I don't want to be too broad, okay, whatever. But the point is this: we gotta work, we gotta serve our enemies, and that's way more time, more time of that than serving Yahweh Shem Shai or freedom to do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. But what time we do have, that's the icing on the cake. That's the prize, to do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. I'm happy when I get to do a lesson, to read, to study, and all these things, okay? If I miss it, I'm sad. Like, damn it, I didn't get to do it. I really wanted to do it. My Holy Spirit is grieved, okay? All right? But we have to realize that as long as we went through that day serving Yahweh Shem Shai in spirit and truth and sincerity, okay, we still fought the good fight. We still won. We still made Satan flee, okay? We still made him flee, man. So with that being said, shalom.